There she is. Mum!
Now, careful. Your mum's had a hard time.
You all right?
Well, the doctor said I was.
They also said you've got to take it easy. Watch out for delayed shock.
So, home.
Oh, we can't go home.
Why not?
We've got a bit of a problem with the shop.
What?
Well, just made a bit of a mess, that's all. We're staying in Joe Sugden's cottage. Oh, I can't still believe you're here.
Oh, I was so afraid that I wouldn't see any of you again. It was...
I don't ever want to let you out of my sight again. Come on.
What really happened, Mum?
Hey, leave your mum alone.
Anyway, it's all over now.
Just got to forget all about it. Oi.
Morning, Amos.
Hello, Kathy, love.
I'm reporting for duty. Will you want me to work in the bar today?
I certainly will. Coffee?
Oh, yes, please.
Place is still full of journalists ferreting around what happened at Home Farm. They've all got a fair thirst. We're doing kind of business as would normally gladden Alan's heart.
How is he?
Oh, not so bad. Mind you, they didn't dare tell him about Shirley last night. Not till he's a bit stronger.
Who's going to do it?
Well, there's 2 volunteers. Not as they want to do it, but it's a job as has to be done.
Well, who?
Your mother and Dr. McAllister. Poor Alan.
Oh, and if you want anything, you've got the phone number at my mum's.
It's really good of you to let us stay here.
Don't thank me. Thank him.
I'll be all right back at farm. You haven't had much time to get used to this place. And I have the benefit of Sarah's cooking.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks again.
See you.
What's happening, Vic? What about the house?
Oh, it's not that bad.
What do you mean, that bad?
Well, the windows are out and the inside's a bit of a mess. But the structure's okay. There was an explosion. The post office are helping us sort it out, but it'll be a while before we can open the shop again.
What about the papers and the pensions and that?
Oh, for goodness sake, Viv, you've got enough to worry about without all that. Right, come on, you lot. Time for school.
I don't want to go.
You have to. School said you could have the morning off, not the whole day.
It's not fair.
Your mum needs some peace, doesn't she?
Oh, don't make me go. If he's not going, I'm not.
Look, you're all going.
Let Scott stay.
Look, the school's...
I don't want to be on my own.
I'll look after her.
All right, then. Just this once.
Vic, how can we ever go home now after all this?
Yeah, all right. Thanks.
What did they say?
We can't go back to Home Farm. The police are still collecting evidence.
What do they need evidence for? Everybody knows what happened.
And they've got Viv as a witness.
Well, if they bring a case against the one that got away. And there's a lot of clearing up to do.
By now, they will have moved.
The police will see to all that.
We could do with getting back. We're going to need some things for Alice.
Oh, it shouldn't take too long. Apparently they stuck to one room. They didn't go near the nursery flat.
Good.
Kathy and Chris will be relieved. I think it's been a bit of a crush with all of us here.
I wouldn't worry about that. Frank's done enough for Chris.
Yeah, where would we be without families, eh?
Well, if we've got to wait, I might as well get up to the stables.
Yeah, I've got to see Pollard. See when he's going to vacate the cottage.
What are you so busy with?
Your statement. Some things that aren't quite right.
Like what, for instance?
Well, I want to be sure it says everything, so I'm certain to get Alice. Even down to what she likes to eat and what story she likes.
It should never have come to this.
Yeah, well, it has, Mum. And if Elsa's going to fight, then I am too. I'll do my best to make sure she doesn't get Alice.
Leave it, Scott. You all right?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
Well, I'll try not to think about it.
Is it true what they say? My dad didn't try to kill you. I know he was a bit of a nutter. But he was a one-off, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
I never knew him. And now I never will. When they shot him, what was it like?
Well, it was quick. It was very quick.
He shouldn't have done it. He'd have come out.
Scott, I don't want you making your dad a hero.
He was my dad.
I know. He thought the world of you.
Did he ever talk about me?
Yes. He told me to say goodbye.
I wish I could have seen him. I wish I could have said goodbye.
Come on, Joe. You're supposed to be working, not daydreaming.
Sorry, think about Shirley. It's all my fault.
Not the curse of the Sugdens again, is it?
Well, if I hadn't tried to stop them, they might have just taken the money and run. Nobody else would have got involved.
You undid what anybody else would have done.
No, I didn't. Other people would have just rung the police and left it at that.
Look, you just did your best. What you thought was right at the time.
I didn't. I was being stupid. If I hadn't tried to act the hero, Shirley would still be alive.
No, it's instinct, isn't it? You either get involved
Yeah, if you're a bloody fool.
Come on, Joe. You can't blame yourself.
Thank you. Kathy said that we'd find you in here.
You'll have told him then.
Yeah. It wasn't easy.
How is he?
He's very quiet.
He's still in shock. His head knows it's true, but he just can't bring himself to believe it.
Why did it have to happen to them? What have they ever done to deserve it?
I know. All we can do is rally round.
He's going to need all the support he can get.
Oh, don't worry, village will see to that. Oh, I was wondering what to do about this. Should we leave it where he can see it?
Yes, I think we should. But perhaps nowhere too obvious.
Did you ever see a happier couple?
Yeah. Oh. Hi, Frank.
It's business.
What business?
This house, my house. When are you thinking of leaving?
Give us a chance, Frank.
You've already been given notice. How much more do you want? It's a tied cottage. You've always known that.
This was our house. Elizabeth's and mine. The only house we've shared together.
Look, if you're trying to appeal to my better nature, don't bother. Not after the way you conned the welfare fund over that picture.
I've explained that.
You told your story, you mean. And the truth of it is, I don't owe you any favours.
I'm not asking for any favours. Just for you to be reasonable.
Well, don't bother. The answer's no. This is my house, and I want it back. And if you're not out by the end of the month, I'll have you thrown out.
The Windsors settled down in your place, then?
If you can call it settled.
Well, it's good of you to let them have it.
Least I could do.
You know, me and Sarah are due a proper honeymoon.
Farmers don't get honeymoons.
No, but farmers' wives do. It wouldn't be much fun on your own, would it? I'd like to give her a break.
Where are you going to find a place nicer than this, eh?
Look, she's had a bit of a hard time this year, one way or another. I'm sure you two could manage to run this place on your own for a week or two.
A week or two? Where are you thinking of going?
Well, Sarah's thinking of France again. She's been writing to a pen friend over there, and she's invited us out.
Sounds like you've already made your mind up.
Oh, I did say to Sarah I'd ask. What do you think?
I don't know. What do we think?
Well, I think it's going to be hard without him.
Of course, we are open to bribes.
Yeah. Brandy?
How many bottles?
Do I take that as a yes, then?
How is Alan?
How would you expect?
You're not going to see him.
I should leave it for a bit, Eric. He doesn't seem to want to talk to anybody.
I know how it feels.
Remember how it was when I lost Elizabeth.
What's going on between Pollard and Frank Tate?
Is there something?
Well, it seemed to be this morning they were having words on Pollard's doorstep.
It won't be his doorstep much longer.
Oh, yeah?
He's been given notice. The cottage actually belongs to Frank. It was tied to Elizabeth's job.
Oh, and Frank wants it back.
Sounds like it.
So he's going to make a grieving old widower homeless.
Eric Pollard can look after himself.
Yes, it's not going to look good, though, is it?
What isn't?
Well, Frank's a member of the welfare fund, isn't he?
Yes.
Not going to make a bad story, though, is it? Member of welfare fund kicks out trauma victim. I think I'll have a word with our Mr. Pollard. You haven't drank your tea?
No,
Shall I get you another?
I'm off tea. They poured gallons of it down me when I was in hospital.
Sure you're all right?
Yeah.
And physically, but what about the rest?
Are you trying to say I'm about to go round the bend?
No, that's not what I meant at all. But they said at the hospital that perhaps you should talk to someone. Now, what about this victim support?
Oh, haven't we had enough of all that? I don't want anybody knowing my business.
You can't just sit here.
Why was it me survived and not Shirley? It was me Reg came for.
Look, you can't blame yourself for that.
She was so brave.
So are you.
I ought to go and see Alan. Tell him how brave she was.
Yeah, perhaps that's not a bad idea.
What?
It's bad for you to sit around here brooding. Let's go now.
No, not now.
Come on, Viv, it'll do you good. We can have a little drinky. Come on, Sonny, across the road.
No, I can't face anybody now.
Oh, come on, Viv. Well, after all, we haven't got a shop to run at the moment.
Right, I think we've earned this. Cheers.
Michael? Have you met Clive?
Yeah, I've seen you around. Are you a journalist?
What's happening about your mother's house?
I believe Pollard's your stepfather.
Don't call him that.
Oh, no love lost.
You could say that again.
Frank Tate doesn't seem too keen on him either. Seems to be some sort of quarrel over the house.
It belongs to Tate. Pollard's on notice.
I'd say his time had run out to me.
Yeah, well, good luck to Tate. I hope he gets him out. That was my mother's house. Pollard's no right to it.
Throwing out the grieving widower.
He's not grieving. He pretends to rack up his compensation claim.
Don't look now.
How are you, Viv?
She's fine.
Can I get you anything?
Just an orange juice.
A pint, Vicky.
We all think you're very brave, Viv.
It wasn't me. It was Shirley.
Yeah, it was all my fault. I'd tried to play the hero that would have taken the money and that would have been an end to it.
It wasn't like that. Reg didn't come for money. He came for me. It's me that's to blame for all this. It's me that's brought all this trouble on you all. Come on, come on.
Do you think Chris would mind if I borrowed a tie?
I shouldn't think so.
What do you want a tie for?
Oh, I'm going to see solicitor. Just as soon as Mum gets here.
You two still here? Thought the police had finished at Home Farm. Well, you know more than we do, then. I have my sources, no doubt. He's on to you and Pollard.
What about me and Pollard?
Oh, the way you're throwing him out of his house. At Frank's house. Doesn't look good, though, does it? A member of the welfare fund harassing a trauma victim.
I'm not harassing him.
You mean this so-called friend of yours is trying to make a story out of that? Oh, human interest, isn't it?
Sleazy mischief-making, I would call it.
Even so, Frank, you're going to have to be careful.
I'm not doing anything that's not well within my rights.
I know, but that's not how this reporter will present it. Maybe you'd better back off.
You agreed with me that Pollard should go. You were the one who gave him notice.
That was then. This is now. And as the village is in the media spotlight again, we're all going to have to watch how we go.
There wasn't any news about when Alan would be home.
Oh, well, the longer they keep him in there, the better, if you ask me. What's he got to come home to?
Very good, Amos.
Well, I couldn't have you in bar depressing all customers, now could I?
What's the matter?
Joe seems to think as it's his fault that Shirley got shot.
I don't know why. It was me that was there.
You couldn't help that, could you?
If I hadn't tried to stop him, you and Shirley wouldn't have got involved.
Shirley saved my life. She was trying to get the gun off Reg.
I'll never forgive myself though for getting in the way.
It was my fault.
No, it wasn't.
Well, Reg wouldn't even know this village existed if I hadn't come here.
How do you mean?
Well, he came for me. He wanted to turn the clock back. He wanted to pretend we were still married. He said all along if he couldn't have me, then no other man would.
He was crazy, a nutter.
I know. Do you think I can ever forgive myself?
You think I can?
But will you all stop this? Haven't you all suffered enough? I mean, not just this. The crash, too. Haven't you had about as much as you can take? Don't make it worse by blaming yourselves. None of you meant this to happen. And none of you did anything wrong.
Especially not Shirley.
Nobody, Viv. You're not responsible for what Reg did. And it wasn't your fault, Joe, that you were at the shop that day. What happened was an accident. Just the most rotten luck.
Yeah.
Shirley must have been very brave.
She was.
You can all be proud of her. Will you tell Alan that, Amos? Tell him she was very special.
I will.
I hope it helps.
Another again.
Hello.
Hello.
I've just been having an interesting conversation with a journalist.
Oh, yes?
Somehow he's found out about you wanting me out of the house. Says he wants to do a story. Member of the welfare fund persecutes trauma victim.
Is that becoming a catchphrase around here?
Sorry?
Lynn Whiteley used the same one.
Oh.
And it's not true. This isn't persecution.
Truth is what you read in the newspapers. It's not going to look very good for your welfare fund, I can tell you.
All right. How about I give you more time to find somewhere else?
I don't want to find somewhere else. I like it here. It suits me. As a matter of fact, I was thinking about buying it.
No chance.
We might consider it.
Why?
Well, you own more property than you know what to do with.
Nobody can own too much property.
They can if it's a liability.
I'd give you a good price. A very good price.
Oh. In the money, are you?
What say we get it independently valued, then add 5%?
10%.
Subject to a satisfactory survey, of course.
It's not a bad profit.
It's a good profit. It'll solve all our problems. I keep my house, and you keep your name out of the paper.
Hey, too late, we finished. Have you heard how Alan is?
Oh, why's he taking news about Shirley?
Taking it badly.
He'll survive. Even be happy again. I never thought I would be when I lost Pat. Now look at me, trying to fix up a honeymoon. Right, that's it. I'm off to see how Sarah's getting on with the arrangements.
Joe?
Yeah?
Do you think I could have a few days off?
What for?
This?
That's that photo, isn't it? The one that did the blow-up of and put in the papers?
Yeah, but they only put his face in paper, didn't they? They didn't show the rest of these people.
So?
Well, who are they? They must know about Pollard's past.
They might do.
Well, why don't we go and ask them?
Well, how can you do that? You don't know who they are.
Yeah, but we already know who the photographer is. We can just ask him.
That picture was taken years ago.
Yeah, but if I showed him a picture, he might remember. He might have some records.
No, I can't leave here. Not with Jack going away.
I didn't want to take a day. We've finished all lambing.
What about this lot? They don't milk themselves, you know. And there's the hay and the silage.
I know, but Jack will be around for a day or two.
His head's already in France. Besides, he's got things to do. He's got to renew his passport, get his foreign money, stuff like that. No, I'm sorry. I can't leave here. And neither can you.
I never did believe his story about how much he got for that picture.
I can't believe that somebody would line their own pockets with money for charity.
Except Eric Pollard.
Ah, Frank, there's a message for you.
Yeah?
The police. They've finished up at home farm.
Oh, right.
Look, could you give me Mum and Alice a lift? I've got to go at solicitors.
Of course.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you later.
I'll go and get my things.
No, you can do that later. Let's get straight up to the house. It'd be nice to be home again.
Will it?
What do you mean?
Will it be the same after everything that's happened there?
Look, Kim, forget about all that. It's got nothing to do with us. The police will have cleared it up.
I hope so.
There's no point in blaming yourself. At least you can tell people how brave she was.
Yeah. I want them to think that.
Wasn't it true?
Oh, yeah, every word. She saved my life. Only... there were other things.
What other things?
Her and Reg. When you're in there, there's these people with this power over you. Power of life and death.
Reg is gone now. You haven't got to worry about him anymore.
You want to please them so they'll be nice to you. But in a way, they want to be nice to you. It's as if they want you to forgive them.
Don't forgive him what Reg did.
I suppose that's what happened with Shirley. She started being nice to Reg, so Reg would be nice to us. But then it became more than that. I think she really liked Reg.
Liked him? What you saying, Viv?
They went off together all night. I don't know what happened.
What do you think happened?
Funny, innit? I was the one Reg came for. I was the one he wanted. But in the end, it was Shirley he went with.
God.
Frank! You said it'd be all right.
I thought it would be.
What have they done?
Kim.
No.
It must have happened here.
I'll get the builders in to repair the damage. We'll redecorate.
Frank, this is where she died.
Don't ever tell Alan about this.
Do you think I would?
No.
I have to keep talking about it, Vic, otherwise it just keeps going round and round in my head.
Yeah, I know.
I keep seeing it and hearing it and thinking about it.
I wish you'd never met Reg.
I know, but he's still Scott's father. Scott wants to go to the funeral.
No.
Well, I don't think we should stop him. I think we should let him go.
I don't want him to go. Anyway, who's going to go with him?
Me?
What? I don't want you anywhere near.
I've got to go, Vic.
Can't believe this. What's Reg to you? The best thing you can do is forget all about him.
It's not that easy, Vic. He's still Scott's father.
He's nothing to you. Not anymore. Is he?
I need to know he's dead, Vic. I need to lay him to rest.